Welcome to the Real Estate Playground, where we cover everything in the realm of real estate with no fluff and no BS. I'm Todd Erickson.
And I'm Ray Evans. Bringing over 28 years of experience combined, we've seen the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between.
Join us as we take you for a ride through the Real Estate Playground that's full of laughs, knowledge, and perhaps a few unexpected surprises.
So whether you're a realtor, home buyer, seller, investor, or just here for the hilarious stories, we've got something for everyone. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we are here today on the Real Estate Playground podcast, episode number 7. And we actually are, this is a really big day for us because we have our first guest on the show today. And we'd like to introduce a powerhouse in Onzo County's real estate scene, Terri Alphin Smith.
Yeah.
Terry's a name that is synonymous with dedication, expertise, and unparalleled success. Born and raised in Richlands, North Carolina, the town renowned for its perfect water. Perfect water? Terry's deep-rooted connection to the community has been the bedrock of her illustrious career. With over 19 years in the real estate industry, Terri has consistently demonstrated her prowess, earning her a place among America's top 100 realtors. That's America's top 100 realtors from Richlands. Yes. How good does that feel?
That's good
to hear that. You're smiling big. Beyond her professional accolades, Terri is a proud mother of twins, a son who's pursuing studies at ECU, is that correct?
That's correct.
And a daughter who graduated from Meredith College.
That's correct.
And I know how much you love your beautiful children.
I do.
I see you glowing, girl. Her family and her friends and cherished pets are her greatest joys, grounding her amidst a bustling career. So this is Terri Alphin Smith. Welcome to the Real Estate Playground.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks for
welcome,
having
welcome. We appreciate it.
We had to fight to get your ass here. But I'm glad that you did, and I'm very grateful that you came today.
I appreciate the 20 minutes advance notice. Glad I could be
You're welcome.
Well, we appreciate and we respect you. We're glad that you were able to make it out with us today. And for all of our listeners and viewers out there, we wanted to make sure that we were bringing you a segment that was talking about the powerful women in real estate. And we thought, what better than to bring in Terri Alphin Smith, who is one of the top producing agents in North Carolina, to be able to share some of her stories and strategies and secrets, if you got any. And then that way, hopefully, some of the viewers and stuff may be able to relate or may be able to take in what you say and be able to run with it. And hopefully that makes them successful in real estate as well. So you want to start us off with
Sure. You want to ask the first question?
Yeah, go for it.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, Terri, what are you doing later? With all that money you make, I'd like to know what you're doing later today.
That is a trick question.
I'm just kidding. That's not the real question. The real question is, can you tell us a little bit about your journey in real estate and what initially sparked your interest in this crazy industry?
My journey in real estate.
Yeah. How'd you get in? Give us your...
how'd you get here?
What'd you do before real estate?
Before real estate, I worked in a family business.
Okay.
And when I decided that I didn't want to be in that family or that business anymore, I decided to give real estate a try.
Mm-hmm.
You
gave it a hell of a try.
Yeah. I went through a divorce. My children were very young. And I thought, why not real estate? Let's give it a go.
Nice.
So I did.
You just did it.
I did it. So
You did the damn thing.
I did the damn thing. So I jumped in, and I've had a very successful 20 years.
You think so? 20 years? Have you been doing it that long?
20 years.
What's your license number?
228422.
Damn, you're in it just a little longer than me. 237 here from the 237.
Yeah, we won't get on my license number.
What is it? What is it?
I'm a 301.
Oh, dang. It's all right. We need 301s too.
But look, time, age, wisdom, I feel like your experiences, I feel like that's truly what makes your real estate career. Because whether you've been in 20 years or whether you've been in 8 years, I feel like you still experience some things. I'm not a newbie.
And look, let me tell you something about this young lady right here. Terri is super successful. And some agents, as they progress in their career, they get busier and they stop answering their phones. You hardly ever hear from them during the transaction. And that's their prerogative. They're allowed to do that. Terry's not that kind of girl.
Yeah.
She's not that kind of agent. Excuse me. You ain't no girl. You're all woman. But Terri will answer her phone at all times. And even when the transactions get a little difficult, she never loses her shit. She stays just like she's being right here, right now. And you're an amazing human.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love how sweet you sound. You sound so like I'm here.
Now that doesn't always come across the
Have
phone.
you heard stories?
I've also heard her say, well, that just ain't right, and just matter of factly, but super professional. And everybody should strive to be as professional as you. You want to hit her with the next one?
All right. So my question that I have is, we know that real estate can be tough. And so I wanted to know, what's the most challenging aspect of the industry that you faced as a woman, and how did you overcome it?
Well, the challenges change over time.
Right.
In the beginning and for many years, the challenge was just being a mother, a single mother, and trying to juggle being there for my children in all the things and all the ways, and still show up for work and be what I needed to be at work. So that was challenging for years, but you just have to get up and go and do it. And I did it. And I didn't miss a thing. I have never missed a thing at work or at home. But, over time, and the kids grow up, and then those challenges have kind of gone away. I don't really feel like I have a lot of challenges at this point. I mean, it just...
You got it figured out, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you said as well, like when you first came in and you were getting into real estate, juggling, obviously, single motherhood with children. When did it get to the point to where it became Terri Alphin Smith as a team, having all the other agents that were going to be underneath you as well? Was that another juggle for you, or did you already kind of feel like you were in the groove?
Because we came in real estate close together. They didn't really have so many, that team concept really didn't exist back then, right?
I was an
developed over
individual
time.
agent for about 10 years, and then I was a team for about 10 years. It's definitely a challenge to become a team, from being an individual agent. I would say that probably has been my greatest challenge the last 10 years, because when you're just used to being a one-man show, with a few assistants, and then you bring the...
You can't say one-man show. You can't say man. One-person show.
Trust me, I am the man.
You are.
And what is a
I ain't
few
arguing with that,
assistants?
y'all.
What do you mean by few assistants?
Just 37 and a half assistants.
Well, over time, there's been times I've had more assistants, and then you lose some and get some more. And, as the market shifts too, there wasn't always a demand for as many, but, as it picks back up, you have to bring more back in. And it took a lot for me. I'm a little bit of a control freak. It took a lot for me to let some of the control go early on. But, I found that when you do let a little bit of it go, it actually gets good to you. It gives
so
you a little
good, right?
freedom, yeah.
One, I think it's a
That's so hard to
perfectionist
do.
thing for me, like to be able to release that or relinquish that to somebody else. Just the delegation alone, I feel like, of giving somebody something you're so used to doing yourself that you're a little timid to give it off to someone, because if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And I feel like that's always been my mentality.
Right. It's a personality thing, especially with high earners in the real estate business. It's like that personality type where nobody can do it better than me. I might as well just do it. But like you said, once you relinquish that control a little bit, and then you have to inspect what you expect. That's what I've always learned.
Correct.
So, but it's not easy to do. Like sometimes it's like, who done this dumb shit? who did this? Right? Yeah. Why did you do that?
But everybody's human, so you just have to,
see how she is. I'm like, who did this dumb shit? She's like, everybody's human.
So you just gotta stay behind and make sure that they're doing it the way you expect it to be done.
That's exactly right. Good stuff. Some lighthearted questions for you. You ready? If you had to give up real estate tomorrow, what's the most ridiculous job you would consider doing just for fun?
I would work at the Harris Teeter.
Harris Teeter?
Yeah.
I love Harris Teeter.
Yeah.
What would you do there?
I would scan the groceries.
You would would you really?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Really? Yeah. If you were at Harris Teeter, I would try to pick you up when I come through.
Oh my God.
I would be like, that girl there is too special to be working at Harris Teeter.
I loved
I'm serious.
I would probably just be like, well, you take this coupon, it expired yesterday.
Oh, shit. We're using a little profanity on here, too.
That's okay.
I'm not going to be able to coach Christian basketball next year now. But I'm going to be able to coach Catholic basketball next year, so I'm cool.
I think it's okay to say a little cuss.
Yeah, damn it. Go ahead, say one.
I mean, you are from Richlands.
Say one cuss word.
I'll say it later.
No, come on. Just let it rip.
All right. So I actually have a question for you. So I wanted to ask, What is the most outrageous thing a client has asked for in a property, and how did you handle it?
Well, they didn't ask me, but I did actually work on the list side of a deal where a client received a goat as a closing gift from their agent. I thought that was pretty cool.
Were goats permitted in the neighborhood?
It was not in a neighborhood.
Okay.
I don't know why, but all I could think of was like stateside, because obviously I know that's where you were at.
No.
How many neighborhoods have you worked in? Just getting off the script a little bit. You've probably worked in 60 neighborhoods over the years.
Probably not that many, but I mean.
What's the most contract you ever had under contract at one time?
Probably like 40.
40? No, you had way more than that.
Under contract at one time?
For your team.
Oh,
Your
for the team?
Yeah.
Oh, we've probably had 60, 70 at
Wow.
one time, but as an individual agent, I've had like 40.
That's incredible. Incredible. What do you do with all that money?
Spend it.
Shops
Spend
at
it.
Harris Teeter.
Have you met my children?
I believe I have not a whole lot, but I have met them and they're beautiful, beautiful children.
Thank you.
I give them everything.
They deserve it.
Yeah, they do.
Look, as long as they turn around and years down the road, they give you everything.
Yeah, that's what we're banking
Yeah,
on.
that's
Yeah.
what you better hope so.
I told my daughter, when I get my job at Harris Teeter, when I've had enough of this and I just go work at Harris Teeter, I just want to drive. I want her to pay for me a Lexus in a 1-bedroom apartment and just give me, $1,500 a week allowance. And
Where is the Harris Teeter that you're going to be working at? Just so I'm
in
aware.
Raleigh, where my daughter lives.
Raleigh, so I have to move to Raleigh. But I'll tell you what, I'll move to Raleigh and I'll go shopping there for one meal every day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you. But remember when we used to sell real estate back in Jacksonville, Richlands?
It was good to us.
It was. It's a good industry, isn't it?
It's great.
It's life changing.
It is.
That's why I like to get on here and speak about it and talk about it, because I want people to understand that real estate is a life changing industry if you will put yourself in it and you'll do what you're supposed to do. It ain't perfect and it ain't easy. You're probably going to mess up once or twice, but it will change your life. It
Look,
changed
I'm
your
not
life,
even going
right?
to lie. We're talking about Richlands, and all I can think about is Arnold's. Used to still be there. That was my go-to place.
How do you feel about we get off script, right? How do you feel about your hometown now with all that stuff in it? Is there people that like it still or people don't like it? Do you like the growth or do you not like it?
I like the growth, but it has changed. It has changed our
It has.
community.
Yeah. How so?
I mean, you used to be able to go to your one or two little places in
Arnold's.
town, Arnold's, or
Highway 55.
Piggly Wiggly.
The Piggly Wiggly.
Is that Piggly Wiggly still there?
It's still there.
It is.
Don't they have like a warehouse attached to that one where there's like you could buy stuff in bulk?
No, so that was the
there.
one that was
Different one.
on
Sorry.
Yop Road in the southwest area, but they tore that one down actually. And I heard through the grapevine that a Panera Bread is supposed to be going there. So
Wow. You confirm that? Panera Bread?
I cannot confirm that.
You can confirm
I can
that.
confirm that. I know people.
Nice. Very nice.
But it has changed the town.
Yeah.
I've sold a lot of houses around Richlands, and so it's brought a lot of folks from other places. And so you can actually go to the Walmart or Piggly Wiggly and not just see the local folks. You can actually go in and
It's growth, right? It's
Yeah.
development. It's,
Well, and I think too, you've
what
got
we have
that
to
younger
support as real estate
generation
agents.
that's now moving into the Richlands area. You've got the military, like we said before, you can't build up, so we're building outwards. So now they're branching into the Richlands area where we have all that land, all those fields, the wooded areas. And now you're seeing more of these individuals in their 20s that are now resting in there, or they were born and raised there as well. And so now they're building their family up in there.
up in there, up in
Up
there.
in there. Yep.
Nice.
My childhood babysitter's house is still, for some reason, sitting on the corner across from Taco Bell. Do you know what I'm talking about? The 2-story White House,
This is
still
zone-
sitting there.
Zone commercial. probably
Fireplace
now.
is like separating from the house, just leaning off on the side.
Zone commercial probably now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Commercial corridor. Speaking of change, and again, I'm off script, man, but Terry's my friend. I've known her a long time.
Okay.
A lot of real estate agents, when they get started and they start having success, this happened to me personally, earning that kind of money that you have the potential to earn. It kind of, some people change a little bit, right? And you can see it happening. I don't think that ever happened to you, did it?
no, it hasn't happened to me.
Not yet.
No, it's not ever going to happen.
Never
to me.
will, right? Can you tell us a little bit about how you handled that when you like?
You don't
how did
forget where
how'd
you come
handle that?
from.
How'd you handle it?
Well, first of all, you don't need to forget where it came from.
Yep.
The good Lord giveth and the good Lord taketh.
That's
away.
my girl. That's a good Southern girl right there. You're exactly right. I love that. I love that.
So start back with the first question that you asked me, and my start in real estate. I felt from the moment that my children were born a very overwhelming sense of responsibility and to create a life for my family. And so when I got into real estate and I just hustled and hustled, they are my why. They've always been my why, and they're still my why today. But
You're going to make me cry on the show. I don't think I've cried yet on the show.
But
Have we had anybody cry? Oh, your first guest. We will make the guests cry on the show.
There you go, Terry.
I love it, Terry.
Accomplishment.
I mean, this is why we're doing this podcast, for these kind of things, so people can learn these things about you that might not have the chance to ever sit down and spend any time with you. But
I didn't go to work to be in the top 100 real estate agents in America. I didn't go to work to impress Ray Evans or to keep up with Ray Evans. I went to work to make the money.
you wouldn't have to work very hard to keep up with me. I think you.
But that's
good.
what we want our viewers and listeners to know, that it's not just getting in and being the top real estate agent. Obviously, if you hustle and you bustle, you will get there in time. Just doing what you're natural at, what God gave you. And like you said, not forgetting where you came from.
Some people ain't going to get there. I'm just telling you. You could see them.
Well, that's in any of the real estate industries in any of the different
job on the
states.
show to be a little silly, but Terry, you're just an amazing human. So listen, I want to tell this story real quick. So this morning, Terry was supposed to be here. We talked about it last week. She did say yeah. She says she didn't, but it's okay. And she's giving me a dirty look right now. But I started. Todd was like, "Hey man, did we even confirm with her? You're our first guest." So what we realized is we probably should call on Tuesday or Wednesday just to confirm again. But Terry fought me really hard, and I had to close the deal. Right? And Terry knew she was going to win with me this morning, but I thought for a minute I wasn't going to win.
Yeah, but you weren't
with her.
selling her on 4 bedrooms.
I was working my ass off. Let me tell you, I got by the time I got into the office, I was sweating, and it was like I was like in a rage, like a good one, because it was adrenaline for me. But I just want to say thank you for. How do you feel now? You in your comfort zone, because you were kind of worried about it. Do we make you feel comfortable and stuff?
I don't really like to be on the spot or in the spotlight, actually, but I'm okay. You guys are all right. You treat
Is
me
it?
pretty well.
Oh yeah. You don't know how good I would treat you, Terry.
Oh God.
I would treat you so well.
You need to stop. I'm going to have to edit all this out.
No, you can't edit that out. That's funny stuff.
He's sitting here trying to
Did you
get
get
all up
married?
on it.
What?
Did you get married? Did
Just
I
say
hear that?
yes.
No, I'm
Just
not
say yes.
married.
You're not married. Ladies and gentlemen, Terri Alphin Smith is single.
Edit.
I think she's available too, maybe. I don't know if she is or not.
All right. Next
But some
question.
people probably would be able to put up with her, though. She probably has to have her way every time.
I
You know?
do,
I could tell this
actually.
morning.
I'm here. I showed up.
But I'm so grateful. Seriously. Thank you for doing it for me. Thank you.
You're
And for
welcome.
Todd.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
But seriously, what are you doing later?
No. All right. Next question. You ready for this? All right. In your opinion, what's one key trend in real estate that every woman should be paying attention to right now? Or do you think that they should be paying attention
That's a
to?
tough question.
Just women.
Well, I mean, it could be women and men, but I mean, we want to make sure that this is the power of women in real estate. Is there anything in particular that you think that women should be focusing more on currently in the industry or pay attention to?
I don't know that this is a trend, but for me personally, I think that more folks in real estate should stay in their lane and they should focus on themselves. And
I agree.
And their individual business. Instead of
If that microphone, you should just drop it.
focus on yourself.
Oh my
There you
God,
go.
dude. That's, oh my God. You said so much.
You stay in your lane, focus on yourself and your business and not how
Oh my
everyone
God.
else is doing their business. And my greatest advice, and it should not be a trend, is focusing on relationships in real estate, period.
I agree. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think because some would like to categorize it as friendly competition, but I feel like sometimes it gets too far out of hand and some are too extreme and too competitive with it. Or
Because
they're
there's so many women in it. They're always fighting with each other. They're mean to each other. I've seen it in our own office.
Not just women.
No, it's not. Where'd you get that from?
My personal experience has been that the women fight more than the dudes.
Let me get back to the question. Ray wants to fight right now.
I do, girl. I want to fight with you so bad.
But as far as trends, social media is a huge thing right now. All the trends on social media and just staying current with that.
Right.
Good stuff. This has been so much fun.
You're ridiculous.
I am. You didn't know that I was ridiculous?
I do that.
I've been more ridiculous recently, but
It's all good.
we're having a good time. I love doing the podcast. It's fun. It's funny. We have an amazing person here. I mean, she said, stay in your lane.
She did. And
That
I,
is so
I think that
powerful,
also includes you too. You sit here talking about
Oh,
all the
dude.
women are the ones that are arguing. That ain't true at all.
Fine. I'll concede a little bit of that.
Well, and I think that's just because
So they don't throw shit at my building later.
But as a man, you think to yourself, men come in, they say what they're going to say, and just like you said, mic drop. They just leave it where it is. Women, I think, they're not going to do that. They're going to let you know. They're going to get defensive. They're going to say what they want to say because you're not going to walk all over them. Not you per se. I'm just saying.
I treat women good these days.
Look, we had an agent right here in the office, and they had a conversation with another male realtor. And basically, they were just kind of like shutting her down before she could even get her offer submitted. And it was kind of one of those seasoned agent versus newer agent.
Yeah.
And
Hey, sometimes the newer agent needs to stand up for themselves too, right?
I agree.
Sometimes the seasoned agents,
They can be the worst.
They can be a little bit high and mighty to you unnecessarily.
Yeah,
Like trying to prove something. If you're actually that good, you don't have to prove it.
you're right.
That, I think, was well said right there.
I'm feeling a little self-conscious as you say that, and you're looking at me kind of with your eyes. You're like, Ray. I hear you say Ray. Terry's right, man. I don't think there's.
Come on, let's have some of these questions.
You like these
she's
questions
ready.
now, don't you?
She's
See,
ready.
aren't you glad you came? And I know. And look, Terry had some other appointments today, so we do want to be sensitive of her time.
Right.
You're having fun, aren't you?
You're having fun.
Didn't I tell you was going to have fun if you came here? Didn't I tell you?
Just getting started.
I told her, all right, let's go. I don't know if I can handle it now. You kind of scary. In your opinion, what role do mentorship and networking play in your success, and how do you approach building those relationships?
That is the best question.
Todd wrote it.
You're welcome.
I just read it. Todd wrote it.
Mentorship and networking and relationships. I think that you do that one deal at a time, one phone call at a time, one agent at a time, which is what I've done.
You make
over
phone
the years.
calls? You actually call and talk to people?
I do. But a lot of people call me too, so I'm able to form relationships in every single phone call, every single transaction. And I've done that consistently over the years, and it's helped me get where I am today. So I am very aware that the real estate agents, a majority of them in this market, have a lot of respect for me, and they like me.
Look what you're doing today. We called you out of the blue last week, and we said, hey, please come on our show. And you were like, okay.
For one thing, I really like and appreciate them too. And so it's just really been one deal at a time. And if you're conscious of it every single day, it's just a matter of years before you have the relationships. Recently I made a move out into my, open my own real estate firm.
Yeah, I'm a little upset you didn't call me.
Sorry, Ray. It was
We were supposed to go to business together. Remember that?
It just wasn't the right time.
I know.
Everything
Timing is
happens.
everything, isn't it?
Timing is everything. And so the response that I have received from the real estate community has been very humbling and overwhelming over the last 60 days. I haven't really had to go after or recruit agents. Everybody's
They're flocking to you.
so far, so good. And
Social
so-
media is showing it. It's
Yeah.
this one, that one, this one, this one. So that's a good thing.
Those are
I'm jealous. I'm not
those are
gonna
just
lie.
agents that I have formed relationships with over time. And
People believe in you, man. Like they follow you. You're a good leader.
if you treat people right,
Yeah.
don't forget.
Exactly right.
And you do that deal by deal.
Well, and I don't think anybody that I've ever seen branch off and go do their own thing, I don't think I've ever heard anything derogatory, anything negative said about them leaving, other than the fact that it was just time for them to spread their wings on their own. So I think that speaks leaps and bounds.
It's a tough decision, right?
Yep.
How did you make that decision this time? Because a lot of people don't know this, but you and I explored Remax together at one time. Is it okay if I tell this? We went.
Well, tell them.
We went. We actually went to a hotel together,
Okay.
and we had a private room with Eddie Sturgeon.
We did.
There was another person there. Anyways, and I was ready. I had explored Remax like a year earlier, and something happened at the brokerage that I was at, and I was like, I'm out. But and Terry and I had been talking because of exactly the same things that you said. We formed a relationship. You helped me immensely early in my career when I first got started with new construction. I wouldn't have been able to do those things without your advice. So I'm thankful for that too, which is why it was important for you to be the first guest on the show. Anyway, saying about me, it's about you. But and Terry, at that time, you didn't feel comfortable taking the leap with me, and I never held it against you. And I thought about it, and I was like, fuck it.
That was probably the smartest thing you did at that point in time.
For sure, for sure. We'd have broke up and been mad at each other because, I've learned so much, since that day, but it's all part of our journey, right? Like all these decisions, these ups, these downs, these yeses, these nos, it's all part of our journey. So I'm glad that I'm happy for you.
You've done pretty good without me.
I could have done better with you, girl. I keep trying to tell you.
But you know what? I think both of you have done very well. You guys are extremely successful. You guys have a bunch of people that are willing to follow you guys into battle. They like to fall in. Well, I was going to say
It was harder for me to get people to follow me. I promise you that. Man. It took a minute. But
I will be
Terry's
honest. I
a
remember
great leader.
when he called to interview me and he was like, hey, can I just get like 5 or 10 minutes of your time? And I was like, it's going to take a whole lot to get me to come over there where you're at. And now I've been here for 2.5 years and still love it. So
And where?
Remax Elite Realty
Thank you.
Group.
It's a great place. It's a great place here. We like it. But I'm proud of you. And I think I called you pretty early as soon as I heard that. I don't know if I was the first call. I hope I was, but probably not because I stay in my lane. When I found out though, it was important to call you and tell you congratulations.
So far, so good.
And if you ever have any trouble and you want some help, you just call me.
Thanks, Ray.
Good stuff, man. I think this is a fantastic episode, man. This is was it episode 7, correct?
This is 7, yep.
Our special guest, Terri Alphin Smith of the Terri Alphin Smith team or Terri Smith team?
Terri Smith and Co.
I'm Terri Alphin Smith and Company.
My bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Terri Alphin Smith and Company is with us today.
It's a whole ass real estate.
Can I come over to your office and check it out sometime?
Well, when we get moved into our new location.
Do you need help
hopefully
carrying
by the end-
anything?
Maybe by the end of June.
Okay. You let me know you need some help.
Yeah,
I'll hold him
help.
accountable too. He's offering help, so take
No, I'll help you. I'll be glad to.
good. I'm going to take you up on it.
All right. I got a bad back, just so you know, but I'll take some
my
Advil before.
Gosh.
I'll loosen up early that morning in the gym and, walk a little bit. But
Have you seen my new office going up?
I have not seen your new office going up. Tell us about it. Tell people where it's at.
It's on Ramsey Road. It's the old Pizza Bones location.
Okay.
Huge.
I had heard that, but I wasn't sure. Where was your other office?
Well, currently I'm over on Branchwood Drive.
See, I saw your sign over there for the first time, and I thought you were moving there.
I've
But
been there for 3 years, or almost 3 years.
Nice.
But the lease expires there in June, and hopefully the new spot will be open.
did you buy the building?
I did not buy the building.
Got to buy the building, Terry.
I'm going to buy
Buy that building.
I'm going to buy the
You want a
building.
partner in it?
It wasn't an option.
Give her a chance to speak.
Sorry, I was just kidding. I'm not just kidding, but you got to own the real estate, right? Like that's what we do. And I think a lot of owners that are out there, they don't own the real estate, and that was so important to me. And look, man, I got me a little building here on Western Boulevard, and it's working out pretty good. So please, if I just try to buy that building, make that important to you.
It's already in the works.
Okay, good.
I just love that your office is where the stage was. I love that.
My personal office.
Is it like
Yeah.
elevated?
Yeah.
You look it down like.
No. It's just where the stage was set up in the actual building itself. She's in that corner. Because I saw your post on social media that you posted that this was going to be your office. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
It's 8,000 square feet. It's going to be full.
8,000 square feet.
8,000
Oof.
square feet. We have 35 offices.
What's your goal for agents? How many agents you want to have in this madness? 40.
agents. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good amount.
She said 35 offices.
But there's 40.
Crazy.
We'll have plenty of space for 40.
Make them come in, though. Make them come in.
Do you got space for me?
Hey, shut up, man. Hey, this is bullshit.
If I bring the right environment, they'll want to come.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's the
What kind of environment are you going to create?
I'm creating a culture of being real in real estate.
Oh, my gosh. So we got stay in your lane. We got quotes. We got quotes for today. We got stay in your lane. And we got being real in real estate. I love it. How could somebody be real in real estate?
Well, you have to be yourself.
Right.
So you have to be yourself so that people will respond to you. They'll trust you. And then you have to accept people for who they are.
That's right.
I appreciate you saying that. I just want to be able to
Did you
put
know
that
she
out
was
there.
this special?
Did I know that she
Yeah.
was this
Were
special?
you aware of how special a person she is?
Well, from what people say, I mean, this is actually my first time interacting with you officially in person, and I love it. I appreciate it. So
You're just a special person.
If you're genuine, they know.
I know.
When you're full of shit,
That's-
they know that.
Yeah, I know that too. I know.
well, and I like that you're from Rich Lands too, so that makes my heart happy.
Rich.
And it's Rich Lands. It is not Richlands.
I said it right. I said it right. I say it wrong. I believe it should be pronounced.
Well, that's
Richlands,
because you're
but
from
it's
Ohio.
Richlands. Yeah. In Ohio, we would say Richlands. But I learned it's Richlands. Good friend of mine told me that. And I was like, all right, thanks. Now I sound like a local guy.
I do have another question for you.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you, what's your strategy for balancing work, personal life, and staying motivated? Do you have any tips for staying sane while managing multiple deals? Be real.
Oh, yeah. Tell us the answer to that one.
I actually do best under pressure. So the busier I am, the more I have going on, the better I am.
Damn.
So, I find that when the market shifts or I'm a little, business is down a little bit, then I'm not on my A game. So the busier I am, or the more I do, the more I keep on my plate. And if you don't know anything about me, if I ever have a free minute, I'm going to find something else to do to occupy my time, to keep me busy. Because when I am busy, I just work better that way. And then when it's overwhelming, you have moments, then you take Xanax for that.
Xanax. Do you have one on you right now?
I do.
Let's put it out here. Let me see.
Oh my God, don't pull
Do you
it.
really? You take Xanax?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I mean, it's not illegal. The doctor gives it to me.
Oh. So it would be illegal if you handed me one and I ate one
Yes,
right
you
now.
can.
No.
It's prescribed, y'all.
But
It is
but
prescribed.
look at Terry. Terry, you just put it out there.
And
That's
I'm
what I
not
love.
medicated currently because you guys
I'm
talk
surprised.
about-
I would have been so medicated to come in here on this podcast.
Dude, this is more fun than the episode where we talked about the.
Oh, I was
Stuff
talking
in the
about
bedroom.
dildos on one of our episodes.
He just likes to say that word. We talked about Snoop Dogg.
So, listen, I'm going to change the subject.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
I
that's
got to
getting
put
weird.
you on the spot right now
Oh, you're gonna put us on the spot. Let's
Us
hear
or
it.
him?
because and this is mainly for you, Ray.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put you back on the spot too.
Go for it.
Let's do this.
So, for those of you who do not know, and I don't know if you know this, but I am very out of my comfort zone on this. But I'm participating with Onslow County's Dancing Stars this year.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh! I'll give
Yes,
you.
you are.
How much you want?
I want commitment. I want $1,000
Done.
to the Women's Victims Center.
Done. Done. I'll give you 2.
Thank you, Ray.
You know why? Because I love you and I appreciate you. I'll give you 2.
Well, and one of the guys that works here as well, his wife actually is over there as well for the Onslow Women's. Yep.
Yep.
All right,
The
now
Victims Center.
my turn.
Okay.
Do you know I run a charity, and I have been running it
Oh.
for about 4 years.
What charity?
It's called the Elite
a
Service
battle.
Foundation, and we have given away $20,000 to $30,000 a year to a local student. And all you have to do is sponsor a golf team for $500. Deal.
Deal.
Good.
You
do
play
you have any
golf?
golfers in your office?
So what?
Any golfers in your office? But I bet their husbands might play golf. Some of the ladies. So if you'll just do that, I'll have Rebecca reach out to you and we'll get that check over to you. Who do we make that check out to for the Dance with the Stars?
I'll get back with you.
Okay, come on. You knew I was going to say yeah.
Yeah. That's important because I plan to, if I can win the amount of money that we raise by the summer social in July, I think it
Yeah.
is, then I'm able to pick what spot I get to go out the night of the event, and that's important.
Would you want to go first?
No, but I'm not telling you.
You can go last.
I'm telling you.
Damn, I can't wait to see you dance.
Ooh, it ought to be
Who you dancing with?
Anthony Love.
Hell no, you tell him to keep his paws off you.
Oh my God.
It pissed me off in here. I'm only giving 1,000 now.
I said no.
I'm just kidding. Anthony's a gentleman. Anthony's a gentleman. Good
Anthony's
dude.
really great. I'm very thankful that they partnered me with Anthony.
I'm just glad they didn't ask me.
I need his help really bad.
How long do you guys have to train
A long time.
to be able to do that?
Well, right now we have until the end of October, so I have.
Oh, okay.
Where are you going to train at? What time? Where?
We haven't started yet.
Ray is on it with the.
I just have fun. Terry's an amazing person.
We haven't started practicing yet, but it's coming soon.
Very
I
nice.
thought you guys were already practicing because I had seen so much publicity for it.
We're raising the money. We're
Yeah.
we're jumping the.
They just had it. It just happened a few months back. I went to it. Bill Mercer was in it. Who won that? Mike Farrar was in it. He did really good dance moves. He won it the year before though, so I think somebody voted something else. But it doesn't matter who wins or who loses, right? It matters about the cause.
Yeah, we raise enough money, or I plan. To
Stories are horrendous. It's horrendous.
So it's all
Does
for a
that
good
does that
cause,
story touch
I
you
agree.
personally?
But I am going to be competitive.
Go for it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
You better win. I gave my money. You better win.
I'm going to give it my best shot.
Do those stories touch you personally from your own life,
Oh,
from things in your past?
Not
Okay.
no, but I mean I have.
Yeah, you seem like you might hurt somebody if they mess with you, man.
No, I've never been in that situation, thankfully.
Good.
But I do know people who
Me too.
have been in that situation.
It's
and
awful,
it's
awful,
terrible.
awful. I hate to end on ugly note like that. It's talking about awful things, but it's a beautiful thing that they're doing. And I mean, there's so many people. They raised a shit ton of money last year. The number, we were lucky with our charity to raise like 30 grand. You know, we have 2 major fundraisers, and it's all volunteers. It's everybody here at my office that helps out. They sell to their friends, their families. They come out early in the morning to the golf course and put the stuff out. Like they work their ass off. Part of our culture here too. So I think being sensitive of Terry's time, I think this was a. Sorry,
He loves all
if
the
I was
sounds.
Overly messing with you. I didn't mean anything disrespectful by it. I actually appreciate you a lot.
Thank you for thinking of me.
First person, and you know what I told Todd? I said Terry will do it.
Terry almost didn't do it.
I did have to beg like a mofo this morning, man. In my Easy E shirt, I had to beg.
But no, we do appreciate
Totally
it because,
got rid of my gangster attitude today too.
like I said, I wanted this to be a segment on the power of women in real estate because I do believe that everybody's voices should be heard. But I also would love to be able to do this again later on down the road and have someone else come in as well, because obviously your perspective matters. But I also know not everyone is going to necessarily relate to just your perspective. So I would hope that we get some more women in here that are willing to speak on what they do as well, because I think it's important.
And if you could think of any guests that might benefit from, just like you promoted the charity there, if you think of any guests that we could have here, please recommend us to them. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, and also
Thank
if
you
you
so
want
much.
to have people like, follow, and subscribe as well.
Yeah.
Tell them to come watch you on episode 7.
Episode 7. Just want to
Episode 7.
promote that I represent Onslow County's most wonderful builder, A-Sides Construction.
Absolutely.
There you go.
In some fine neighborhoods such as Stateside, Onslow Bay, the Vineyards is coming soon. Like this week, we're gonna kick it off.
Yeah.
We have some great new construction.
Very nice.
Is that your phone? They're already calling you?
Sorry.
By the way,
they're already ready.
Back to Sides Construction. Sides has been the title sponsor for my golf tournament for 4 years since inception, and we're not really representing them like we used to as much. But I asked them, and they still stepped right up. Not even a question. So, very charitable folks over there at Sides Construction. Amazing people.
Definitely.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you,
Well,
Terri
that's
Alphin
a wrap.
Smith.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah.
All right.